my husband used to go hunting a little, and I used to eat squirrels. Now, who would eat a squirrel today? Oh my God! But my father put squirrel on the table, and it was either that or you didn't eat it. And we didn't think anything about it. It was just, that was dinner. And in those days, you sat down, the meal was put on the table, we all sat down at the table, and you ate what was put on the table, period. Not like today. You have three little children at the table, and one wants a pancake, the other one wants French toast, the other one just wants plain cereal. Well, what is this, a hotel? When my children were growing up, I said, oh, well, okay, we're having pancakes today. Or the next day I'd say, okay, French toast today. I don't have a hotel or a restaurant. No, it doesn't go that way.
That family meal, that's why cooking became so important to me. It was just the time that everybody got to tell about their day, and it's important. And in our extended family, we've had lots of family meals, lots of holidays, and it's important. So this year's kind of unusual because one of our favorite aunts has recently moved into a nursing home and she's not ready to go out to dinner yet. So where'd you even come here?
So we're making turkey pot pie because we're going to take dinner and have dinner with Aunt Lovey at the nursing home. Doesn't sound like fun. It doesn't sound like fun to have turkey pot pie and stuffing muffins and, not really sitting down or relaxing. But here's the deal. Isn't Thanksgiving really about just being with your family? So why would you leave out an important member of your family when she needs you? So as much as I feel bad, it's not our traditional Thanksgiving. It's the one that I think is what Thanksgiving's supposed to be all about. Maybe that'll just make me appreciate all the other times that I just get to sit and relax and have a meal with my family.
That's all you have of memories, you think of all those things, What's it all about? I mean, that's all it is about. The memories and times you got together for special occasions, and you get together for maybe go away on a vacation sometimes.
It was always easy to feed you guys because you were pretty open to trying new things. So Dad, being raised by Grandma, she always tried new things. She told me that once, that sometimes she would make a certain dish just so her kids would have the exposure to eating it. And poor Max, once he made the comment that he'd never had eggs Benedict, so she made them for him, and he did not like them, but he had to eat them anyway. So Dad told me once that he would eat anything when we were first married, except for eggshells, and in a pinch, he said he would eat those too.
I remember one night we had liver. I made liver and bacon, which I made occasionally. And they ate it, but Robert, for some, wouldn't eat it. And I said to Robert, I said, well, if you don't eat that, Robert, you're not going to get dessert. He said, you mean, if I don't eat this, I don't have to eat that. That means I won't get dessert. I said, that's right, no dessert. He said, okay. And he got up and left the table. And I was flabbergasted. I didn't think he was going to say that. I thought he'd say, oh, okay. But he didn't care about the dessert, as long as he didn't have to eat the liver, whatever it was I was giving him, I don't know. Can't say I enjoy really cooking, but I like eggplant parmesan.
Is it?
I get kind of a charge out of cooking that. I like it, but it's like a lot of other cooking. It's a chore. By the time you slice the eggplant, salt it, weigh it down, try to get the bitterness out of it, wipe it with a paper towel, then you fry it. And I don't fry it anymore either. Now that's where I've changed. Today, everything now, when I was growing up, first married, everything was fried. I used to stand for, hours just frying eggplant, dipping it in the egg, in the bread, and dipping it. It was a lot of work, but it was so good fried. I would be frying it. I would eat half. I think I ate more before I got finished. I ate half of it.
You'd like to see us work. I know. See if I could get this. It could be the cooking class you guys could be doing. There's a bigger pot down there. Is that enough? There's more breadcrumbs in the pantry somewhere.
But in those days, though, too, I have to admit, we had TV dinners just came out. And that was a big discovery. And I have to admit, I did get TV dinners once, occasionally on a Saturday night when my husband and I would go out. I'd get a babysitter in, and I was in a hurry, and I didn't have time to make a big deal, cook a real cook meal, you know. So I got a TV dinner, and oh, that was a big deal. We're having tea, so I'd get the TV dinners, and they each got their own little TV dinner, and I got over that. But it came in handy in its day, and it was a new discovery then, and it was a big help. When you have 5 boys around the table and you're cooking, you lay the food on the table and you're walking back and forth. I never noticed what my husband ate. I assumed he took care of himself. Mm-hmm. And when my boys were all gone, I made chicken one day, and he said, you know, I don't like chicken. I looked at him, I said, you don't like chicken? And no. He said, well, you ever seen me eat chicken? I said, I don't know if you eat chicken or you don't eat chicken. All I know is I put the food on the table. I never knew you didn't like chicken. He said, I don't like chicken. So one day I didn't know what to make. I get tired of making this and making that. So I had chicken cutlets. And he said, what is this? I said, veal cutlet. So he had the veal cutlet. So then the next week I did it again, and he said, what is this? I said, veal cutlet. He said, he looked at me, he says, you think you're smart, don't you? He knew all along I was giving him the chicken cutlet, but he just went along. I said, Jim, I don't know what to make all the time. I have to make something different. I said, you have to eat chicken once in a while. What can I make? I'll get one.
My dad always used to say, Grandpa used to love the biscuits and gravy.
Oh my
parties.
God, Bob Evans. I couldn't believe it. If somebody would have asked me, your husband, or would have said, let's go, I couldn't believe it. When he told me he wanted to go to Bob Evans for biscuit and gravy, I said, what? He just loved that biscuit and gravy. I couldn't believe it, because if somebody would have asked me and made me bet $1,000, I would have said, I'll bet you $1,000 he won't eat that. He doesn't like. So sometimes you never know. You think you know what your husband likes, and you get fooled. He did. He really surprised me, but he did. Every time I go by Bob Evans, I think of him and the biscuit and gravies. I don't know if I've even been there since.
Yeah, and I remember you used to make your own meatballs, and Grandpa would never eat I remember he never eat the store-bought meatballs because yours were so good.
He only liked them fried. He didn't like them. See, now that's something I do fry my egg meatballs, but I know somebody who puts her meatballs. A lot of people put them in the oven, but you can do that instead of frying them. You put them in the oven and bake them. But that's how he liked them. He liked them fried. Once you put them in the tomato sauce, if I'm having spaghetti and tomato sauce and meatball, he won't eat them. He just doesn't like it in tomato sauce. He just likes it fried. And I can appreciate that, because I like them fried too. And you know, when you go to an Italian home on a Sunday morning, you go to church, and a lot of times they say the mother's home cooking the meatball. You go to church, and you come in the house, oh, you can smell those meatballs cooking, and even if you're not hungry, it gives you it whets your appetite, you know? I was a little girl, we went to a chicken market, and you looked at the chickens, and you'd say, I want that chicken. Whoever he was would pick the chicken, and I don't know, kill the poor little chicken, and they had some kind of machine, and all the feathers came out. And then you took the chicken home and cooked it. Now, you couldn't get it any fresher than that.
Yeah, no.
But that's how we cooked chicken in those days. And if you told that to someone today to go to a chicken market, they go, oh my God, you know, they go, ooh. You know what I liked? I used to like Oreos, but they said, oh, we improved Oreo. I didn't think so. What they did, they had a nice little 2 chocolate wafers with nice little vanilla in the center. Well, they improved it. They put double the icing in the center, and that's only more sugar, and it made it too sweet. And then I never liked them. I didn't like them as much anymore, because I don't like anything too sweet. But you have to have a sweet once in a while, you know. This is one of my. I was married in 1947, and that's when I received this book. And your grandma, when did your grandmother, how long did she?
She must have gotten married in 1939.
Let me see what year it has. Here it is. Oh my, copyright 1901. Then it was on, and 1947 was the last one here. And that's the year I was married, 1947. Oh my goodness. I bet even the recipes are different. And the food probably different. Mine is a little more worn out though.
If you had a cookbook like this, what you had to do was either you used to have to write the recipe down, the ingredients, and take that to the store. Most of the time, I would forget half the ingredients and have to go back 10 times, or just not make it or make something else. So maybe in a way, that was a little harder to do that. Nowadays, here's how I like to cook. This is my new cookbook. This is my iPad. Here is my favorite cooking website. Am I allowed to say this? Skinny Taste. They have a million great recipes. They show you the pictures of exactly how to make something, which makes it easy. And all you have to do is push a button and it gives you the whole recipe. So you can either take a picture of it, like this, and email it to your phone, or look it up on your phone. So now I hardly ever forget any ingredients because I've got this great technology. I can look recipes up on my phone, which probably makes me a dangerous shopper because I'm looking at my phone and not where I'm going, and I probably ran my cart into people. So anyway, that's one good improvement, but I think a bad thing is that now we're so health conscious that everything I make I get stressed out and worry if it's healthy enough. Like that famous casserole that was everybody made when I was first married was chicken with a can of cream of mushroom soup dumped on top of it, Swiss cheese, and stovetop stuffing. I can't even imagine what the sodium was in that, let alone the fat or calorie content. But guess what? Nobody cared. We just ate it. Well, food is how we bond and it's joyful, but lately, nowadays, I think food just stresses me out. Is it healthy? How much fat is in it? Everybody's got to be careful what they eat. Does it have trans fat in it? It's like food isn't relaxing anymore. It's like everything you read, you have to read the label. Does it have enough fiber? Does it have too much sugar? God forbid your dad sees something that's high fructose corn syrup in it. He won't eat it. He's so crazy about what he eats. Do you know that he enters on his phone everything that he eats? And the guy that's training him to help him with his weight loss has access to what he eats. So I feel like food now is become such a guilty thing. You know? No offense. I'm even worried what you eat, that it's bad for your cholesterol. It's going to make you sick. So the good old days of just saying, you just eat lots of vegetables and don't eat too many sweets. Now it's could you eat meat? We're not supposed to eat meat. Red meat's bad for you. Chicken's bad for you. Now salmon's bad for you. What's good for you? Nothing. Drink coffee. Don't drink coffee. Have a cookie, don't have a cookie. Have a glass of red wine, don't have a glass of red wine. It's really stressed me out. So where I used to love to cook and love to make food for my family, now it's just a constant source of, am I making someone sick? Have you had enough antioxidants in your diet? The whole thing is just ridiculous.
So really, when you ask me about food and what I think about it, maybe it's so important because it really is about family. Sitting down together and eating together. And I know I learned that from Grandma. That's why she's so proud when you like her food. And I guess that's why we all feel a little insulted when you don't like it. Because it's more than just food. It's the family. It's getting together.